The entire European Union, the globe really seems like they're kind of laughing at the United States right now, not wanting anything to do with this war that Israel dragged us into. Israel dragged us into. Don't forget that. So Trump slams NATO allies over Strait of Hormuz refusal amid Iran war, and the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, just stated it bluntly: France did not choose this war. We are not taking part in it. Nobody can force us. Now, it's not just that. It gets much worse. I mean, where is it? There's here we are. A French general just said that joining Trump's coalition is like buying a ticket to dinner and dancing on the Titanic the evening after it hit the iceberg. That's not a metaphor, that's a military assessment. That's what they're saying. I would have you guys listen to it, but it's all in French. So I mean, that's what they're going ahead and stating now. So when Donald Trump was asked about this, he just kind of mocked and made fun of President Emmanuel Macron. Listen here.
President Macron has just said in the last hour that he will never join a task force in the Strait of Hormuz until hostilities finish. Yet yesterday you said...
Who said that? Who said?
President Macron of France. What's your reaction to that, sir?
Well, he'll be out of office very soon, so we'll have to see. You know, I don't know.
Well, he'll be out of office very soon, so we'll just have to wait and see. Then Donald Trump goes on a massive rant last night stating, or 12 hours ago, so earlier today, stating, the United States has been informed by most of our NATO allies, quote unquote, that they don't want to get involved with our military operation against the terrorist regime of Iran in the Middle East. This, despite the fact that almost every country strongly agreed with what we are doing and that Iran cannot in any way, shape, or form be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. I'm not surprised by their action, however, because I always consider NATO, where we spend hundreds of billions of dollars per year protecting these same countries, to be a one-way street. We will protect them, but they will do nothing for us, in particular in any time in a time of need. Fortunately, we have decimated Iran's military. Their navy is gone, their air force is gone, their anti-aircraft and radar is gone, and perhaps most importantly, their leaders at virtually every level are gone, never to threaten us or our Middle Eastern allies or the world again. Because of the fact that we have such military success, we no longer need or desire the NATO countries' assistance. We never did. Likewise, Japan, Australia, or South Korea. In fact, speaking as President of the United States, by far the most powerful country anywhere in the world, we do not need the help of anyone. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. That sounds pretty embarrassing, to be honest. It just sounds embarrassing. Here's Donald Trump. Trump argues that the U.S. has been abandoned by its allies, but allies are dying to help. Also, the U.S. needs help, but the U.S. does not need help from anyone, all in one speech. So let's take a listen to this.
If we ever needed help, they won't be there for us. I've just known that for a long period of time. We have some that are really enthusiastic. They're coming already. This isn't need. Need would be one of the big boys. If we need their mine boats, or if we need anything, any piece of apparatus that they may have because of a situation that they have, they should be jumping to help us. We want them to come and help us with the strait. My attitude is we don't need anybody. We're the strongest nation in the world. We have the strongest military by far in the world. We don't need them.
Did you follow?
So that is CNN. I have to just put that out there because the way they clipped it, they might have been clipping things to, give off a specific vibe. But we do know that he has been very wishy-washy. I mean, you could just take a read at his Truth Social posts. But this is kind of where we're at now. It seems like we're just kind of a laughingstock. UK's national security advisor regarded Witkoff and Kushner, the president's son-in-law, as Israeli assets bent on dragging the U.S. into war with Iran. Well, that's pretty interesting. Poland's prime minister says the country will not deploy troops to Iran either. And, this is kind of all we see. So far, Germany, Italy, and Japan had said they will not send ships to the Middle East to help keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Lawrence B. Jones, well, they fell for the trap because, as the president said during the press conference, it's almost a test. He goes, do we really need them? No, But he goes, I kind of want to see what they're going to say to us, and they're going to be there, and they're kind of proving his theory.
A couple more weeks that maybe there's more shooting going on. But in the big picture, this backs up what the president's been saying about our allies in times of crisis. Are they going to be there?
Well, especially
in times
when
of
the
crisis?
president yesterday said we only get 1% of our oil through the Strait of Hormuz. Japan, who's saying they're not going to help and not going to send ships, gets 95%. China, 90%. South Korea, 35%.
Well, they fell for the trap because, as the president said during that press conference yesterday, it's almost a test. He goes, do we really need them? No. He goes, but I kind of want to see what they're going to say to us. Are they going to be there? And they're kind of proving his theory, what he's.
Are they going to be there? We're doing a war right now is a test to see how loyal our allies are to us. Have we completely lost the plot? Unfortunately, though, this is going to work for the majority of really just the deluded population in the United States that are just taking in information, letting it go in one ear and out the other. They might actually believe it, that apparently now a geopolitical conversation regarding war is actually just a test to see how loyal somebody is, how good of a friend somebody is. This is not the way you go about risking people's lives. You don't risk people's lives based on feelings. Oh, I wonder if they like me. I wonder if they're going to help me. That's not how you do it. You do it based on, is this strategically actually going to benefit my country or not? Clearly, it's not. Clearly, it's not. It's benefiting Netanyahu. They're loving it. The Israelis are loving this. They're loving this. They're getting hit really hard. They're getting hit really hard, which is great. They thought it might have been easier to just wipe out Iran's regime and have an overthrow. They wanted to wipe out Iran's government. They wanted to install a puppet in place. It seems like actually things have just backfired on them. But this is totally an Israeli invention. And now, after Joe Kent's statements, the whole world knows it was an Israeli invention and that we were totally pushed in by the Israelis. So, here's we're just seeing the same thing. And here's what Lindsey Graham has to say regarding this. Just spoke to the president about our European allies' unwillingness to provide assets to keep the Strait of Hormuz functioning, which benefits Europe far more than America. I've never heard him so angry in my life. I share that anger given what's at stake. The arrogance of our allies to suggest that Iran with a nuclear weapon is of little concern and that military action to stop the Ayatollahs from acquiring a nuclear bomb is our problem, not theirs, is beyond offensive. The European approach to containing the Ayatollahs' nuclear ambitions have proven to be a miserable failure. The repercussions of providing little assistance to keep the Strait of Hormuz functioning are going to be wide and deep for Europe and America. I consider myself very forward-leaning on supporting alliances. However, at the time of real testing like this, it makes me second-guess the value of these alliances. I am certain I'm not the only senator who feels this way. 4.8 million views. I mean, they're really interested in just totally isolating and alienating the world, the America from the rest of the world. It seems like that's where we're headed. And this is only expediting. This is why Ron Paul previously stated it looks like the Iran war is one of the fractures when it comes to the American empire. And I see it the same way. The Iran war is a sign of the fracture of the American empire because we're losing our allies and we're acting volatile in an unnecessary way. We're no longer reliable. We're not a reliable. It's hard to view the United States reliable right now. We come off volatile. We're being a little bit crazy. We're acting a little bit irrational. And it doesn't look good for countries that are trying to figure out how to do diplomacy with you when you're the United States and you're being incredibly volatile. It's difficult. We're in a difficult position right now because we've been dragged into this by a blackmailed president. So that's it for this video, guys. If you found it interesting, I'd appreciate it if you click the subscribe button below and give it a thumbs up as well. It really does help support my channel and reach more people like you. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and have a great day.